Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
One homeowner saw more than she wanted to. Now she's worried. She wants the man arrested. Why police say they're at a standstill coming up.
And tonight we're going to take you to a San Antonio home that's trending online. We're going to give you the exclusive tour of this underground treasure coming up.
Plus new details in the search and seizure at the former president's home in Florida. But first, new tonight, she shared the evidence, but it appears it may not have been enough. One woman told San Antonio police about a man who walked up to her home and touched himself inappropriately.
She says that she caught it on camera. So why isn't there an active case? The night team's John Paul Barajas spoke with police and the woman who's sharing her story, but not her identity.
I was just completely grossed out. Like, it was really gross. I kind of panicked.
This Southside homeowner isn't showing her face out of fear. The man who exposed himself on her front porch hasn't been arrested. Home security cameras show him approach her door twice. The first time, he knocks, unzips his pants, and then leaves. The second time, he takes it one step further.
I watched on my phone and saw that he had left the second time. I didn't know where he went. Never seen him before. I didn't know if he had followed me or how he knew I was home or how he knew a female lived here.
We're blurring this man's face because San Antonio police say this is not an active case. When we asked why, SAPD's statement said it could be for a variety of reasons, including a lack of evidence to classify it as lewd conduct, or the victim didn't want to press charges.
They never asked me if I wanted to press charges. They never asked for the evidence that I had. I had to take it upon myself to call a police officer the next day to give my evidence. The fact that they're not looking into it is even more frustrating.
She explained both incidents happened just blocks away from an elementary school and just before 10 o'clock at night. Multiple cars were driving by and people were still out walking around the street.
It's pretty frustrating, especially because, my husband works nights sometimes. There's children around. The fact that they didn't even bother looking for him.
Now, for reference, so far this year, SAPD has had 3,513 calls for lewd acts, which is nearly 300 more than this time last year. As for the woman we spoke to in this case, she didn't want to get into specifics, but says they have added a few things for security purposes in case the man was to ever come back. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, John Paul. The calls for a special session seem to be growing just south of Uvalde. Zavala County commissioners joining the long list of people calling on Governor Greg Abbott to have a special session. According to the Texas Observer, Zavala County commissioners want a special session to consider raising the age requirement from 18 to 21 to buy assault-style rifles. Parents in Uvalde, along with the city, county, and school leaders there, have also called on the governor to call for a special session on gun reform. State Senator Roland Gutierrez and former Congressman Beto O'Rourke have also made the same request. An 18-year-old with an assault-style white weapon killed 19 students and 2 teachers 2.5 months ago. Since then, special committees were formed, similar to a committee formed after the school shooting in Santa Fe. Ideas from that committee did not stop the shooting in Uvalde. Governor Greg Abbott has said all options are on the table, but he has still not called a special session.
School safety at the heart of one lawmaker's latest plea. State Senator Jose Menendez is asking school districts to make Election Day a student holiday.
If one day a year we choose as a state to use our schools as a place where people from opposing views come together to exercise their political right, I want to make sure and that we do everything we can to protect those children, but also the adults, especially the people who are inside.
So Menendez says that he spoke with the Texas Education Commissioner Mike Morath about giving students a day off as voters cast their ballots at the schools. And he's hoping to present his plan as part of an election reform package during the next legislative session. At last check, Northside ISD was the only local school district that gave students Election Day off this year.
It was an unprecedented FBI search and now a newly unsealed warrant shedding light on the search and the seizure at former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago property. Agents took 27 boxes in all of government records from his home. That includes 11 sets of classified documents, some marked top secret. One of them only meant to be seen by a select few government officials in a highly secure location.
The disclosure of that information would incur grave harm to the national security of the United States.
The Washington Post also reporting that some of the material included documents related to nuclear weapons. Republicans on the House Intelligence Committee asking the Justice Department to release more information about the, quote, imminent security threat that justified the search, end quote.
In other news, we're tracking 2 murder trials tonight. One of those cases now dismissed, so the suspect is free. We're talking about Richard Montes. He was accused of killing 2 people during a robbery in 2018. That case, about 3 years old, but a prosecutor wanted to delay the trial because 3 witnesses were unavailable. That included a San Antonio police detective who's now retired and was in the Bahamas. Now, Montes' lawyer argued that his client deserved a speedy trial, so the judge denied the delay. The case was dismissed. Thing is, though, the case can still be refiled, but before that happens, a grand jury needs to re-indict Montes. Now, we're also following the trial for Rafael Castillo. He's accused of murdering Nicole Perry with an axe and then chopping off her hands. Another witness says that she was also in the room when Perry was killed, and you can hear her testimony right now on KSAT.com.
Disease detectives busy tonight. They're making headlines in your Nightbeat news flash. Polio seems to be silently spreading among the unvaccinated in New York City. And now parents are being encouraged to vaccinate their children. The virus that causes polio found in wastewater, suggesting it is circulating there. Most people who are infected don't have symptoms, but it can cause incurable paralysis and even death. Just north of the city, one person has suffered paralysis. These are the first cases of polio in the U.S. in about a decade. On average, San Antonio sees about 800 COVID-19 cases a day. Metro Health says the risk remains high, and now the CDC is revising guidance on testing. For those who are testing at home, the CDC says people should take up to 3 antigen tests to confirm a negative result. If your first 2 tests are negative and you still have concerns, that 3rd test should be taken 48 hours later. This comes one day after the CDC said quarantining after a close contact is no longer necessary. And the World Health Organization is holding an open forum to rename monkeypox. This after critics raised concerns of negative connotations. Not clear when a new name would be announced. Here in San Antonio, we continue to have 17 cases of the disease. The health department in Austin says they could have as many as 70 cases. They've already declared monkeypox a public health emergency for the city of Austin and Travis County. And that's a look at your Nightbeat news flash.
Now, the heat still continues to be a big story tonight. Water levels continue to drop over at Canyon Lake, so several boat ramps are closed. Business owners there say, despite those closures, stayed busy over the summer, but that could change because 4 boat ramps are closed, and if water levels keep dropping, 2 more ramps will follow. It's a story that we're tracking for you online and right now in the studio. Adam, okay, we saw rain yesterday. The question is whether we'll get any this weekend.
You know, I do think we'll get some rain this weekend, just not everywhere and not necessarily right over Canyon Lake. Saturday, a measly 20% chance. I think most of Saturday is really going to be dry for the vast majority of us. Just a few random pop-up showers, kind of like what we saw today. Sunday, we increase it to 40% for the afternoon. So some scattered activity, widely separated. And again, these rain chances are for basically Bexar County and immediate surrounding communities. Monday, even still, some scattered rain chances, then they taper off by Tuesday. What we're watching here is this swirl of energy in the Gulf of Mexico that caused widespread rain showers earlier today throughout parts of the northern and western Gulf of Mexico. That's going to be moving our way, and it's going to bring some good soaking rainfall to parts of South Texas. I'll detail exactly where, who's going to get the most, and how much could fall in just a bit.
Thank you, Adam. You know, we always love to hear from our viewers, but the discussion around electricity bills is continuing to trend tonight. Some people we've heard from say it's impacted their budget for food. Others admit they've used their AC more often, but are still surprised to see how much higher the cost is. And now, with the possibility of a $31 rebate from CPS Energy customers, we've received even more responses. While some said they were content, others say the money wouldn't even be enough to fill up their gas tank. We want to hear what you have to say. You can voice your comments and concerns in a series of San Antonio City meetings starting Monday. Just scan the QR code on your screen to take you to the full schedule of meetings. The city says the meetings will be available in English, Spanish, and in American Sign Language. This is where we want to hear from you, though. How are you dealing with this increase in electricity bills? We have a 5-question survey that you can take right now. It's on the homepage on KSAT.com and on our social media pages.
We'd love to hear from you then. So with the budget getting even tighter, San Antonio's food bank is changing its strategy. It's now partnering with Workforce Solutions Alamo to end hunger.
It's going to be through income. When we can raise the wage in a household, they're less likely going to need the food bank.
We think that we're the food for their lifetime in terms of providing opportunities for people.
So Workforce Solutions Alamo now has a site at the San Antonio Food Bank, and there people can look for work and learn basic job skills while also getting food for their families. So kind of a twofer. The new model is being described as a first of its kind in the nation.
It's the San Antonio listing that's making headlines around the world for its unique backyard perk. We're going to show it to you before it sells. Coming up next.
New on the Nightbeat, when you look at a home, things like curb appeal, the kitchen, the bathroom can seal the deal. But what about a space under the property?
I know that people are thinking about a basement, but that's not what we're talking about. One San Antonio property has gained national attention because of the cave. Yes, it comes with a cave. The Night Team's Patty Santos gives us the exclusive tour.
Now this is all limestone at the top.
Denise Schubert loves giving tours of her very own cave.
There's a hole up here that goes all the way to the ground level.
They made the discovery while clearing the property.
My husband noticed that there was just a little bitty hole. It was about this big, and there was air coming out of the hole, and the weeds were just blowing like this.
Struck by curiosity, Schubert and her husband kept digging and picking away.
It's hard work digging up a cave, I'll tell you that.
But curiosity and tenacity paid off.
They're little sea fossils.
Archaeologists found 3 rooms filled with flowstone, mineral rocks, a parachute shield, and many other unique features.
Our cave is unique because the roof is slanted, and that's unusual for a Texas cave, but it came as a result of the Balcones fault line and the fault line activity that caused our cave and also Natural Bridge Caverns.
And archaeologists tell her there's more underneath.
We have an Edwards Aquifer cave, and the rooms get bigger as you go down. They're vertical rooms. He said that the room below our big room is probably 2 to 3 times the size of the room, our biggest room, which is about 28 by 30.
The home with a backyard cave is about a half a mile away from Natural Bridge Caverns.
I started off, do you like Natural Bridge Caverns? If you do, how about having your own in your own backyard?
Realtor Lori Largent says the sale of the 4-bedroom, 3-bath house over about 2.5 acres is currently pending, but since word spread about it,
my phone has been inundated with calls every day since then, emails, people wanting to see the house.
Schubert glows with excitement as she walks visitors through the house and cave. She hopes the next owner sees it as priceless.
Because we wanted people to be able to understand and see the cave and appreciate the cave for all it's worth. And so I just want somebody that'll love the cave like we love the cave.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
How awesome is that?
If you get that house, you gotta love that. There's probably always something new to discover. It's probably gonna be really cool down there too.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah?
See, I'd make it like a bat cave.
A bat cave.
That's what I would be.
A garage door.
Got to have a garage underneath, you know, like on a.
You chill, hide from your wife down there?
Hide from my wife.
We could make it the man cave.
Then it would
hang out.
a literal man
cave.
That would be awesome.
I'm getting excited.
All right, as we look over downtown San Antonio, the Torch of Friendship. A very nice night outside, and you know, we didn't get a whole lot of rain, but there's still time.
There is still time, and we did pick up 0.02 of an inch today at the airport. The one shower over San Antonio happened to just clip the rain gauge at the airport. Mainly dry tomorrow, widely separated showers developing as we get into Sunday, but not everybody's going to get hit. Good rain expected south of San Antonio. This is going to be good for some of the ranches and the real dried up tanks down there south of San Antonio. I'll get to the specifics in a minute. Take a look at the radar right now. Just a little bit of activity still lingering, not much, but you go up into Kendall County and you see just a couple little measly showers between Sisterdale and Candelia. Shouldn't last very long. And then you head farther to the southwest and we're talking south of Carrizo Springs. DeWitt County there, just south of Carrizo Springs, or Dimmitt County, I should say. A little bit of lightning associated with that downpour, and shouldn't last all that much longer, though. All right, here's the big picture. This is what we're watching. This is what we're focusing on. This swirl of energy in the Gulf of Mexico caused widespread showers and thunderstorms all around the northern and western Gulf of Mexico today, and we've been talking about this for a few days. It's an area of low pressure that's going to be moving westward, and right now it looks like it's going to become more organized. So instead of these widely separated and disorganized showers, it's going to concentrate the rain a little bit more and then funnel it down into South Texas in the days ahead. Right now, odds significantly favor the vast majority of that moisture being farther south of San Antonio and generally south of Highway 90. Okay, here's the futurecast. Tomorrow, 12 o'clock, just partly cloudy into the afternoon. 20% chance, kind of like today, just a few little pop-up, insignificant little showers here and there. That's your Saturday. By Sunday, the focus shifts to the coastline. Some soaking rain likely moving onshore, Port Aransas to Corpus Christi early Sunday morning. We progress through the day, and some of it should get pushed northward to San Antonio, but only a few batches. So widely separated, scattered activity into the afternoon and evening. And notice as we go through time, later on Sunday and then even into Monday, this slow moving soaker should bring some good rain to locations south of San Antonio and even along the Rio Grande as we get into Monday and on into early Tuesday. So rain chances locally, Sunday and Monday, about 40%. Hill country, even less than that. But you go south of town, we're talking even Maverick County, southern Kinney County, Zavala, Frio, Dimmitt, LaSalle, McMullen, southern Atascosa, Karnes County, B County, Goliad. You're in the sweet spot for some good soaking rain. Locally, we're not expecting all that much in terms of accumulations. And again, this map here is Sunday to Tuesday, but we could easily see 1 to 3 inches in those locations I named farther south of town, Sunday through Tuesday. Today, 99, that was our high temperature. The average being 97 and the record, 104. Right now, 88 Castroville, New Braunfels, Bulverde, 85, Devine, 82, and Bandera, not bad right now at 84 degrees. So tomorrow we start the day, I think in the mid 70s, about 76 degrees at 7 a.m., partly cloudy throughout the day. 10 a.m., we're up to 85. So more of the same, basically. Tomorrow is just an extension of what we had today. 10% chance through the early afternoon, and then by mid-afternoon, we get a 20% chance of a few showers. About 98 the high, but it wouldn't surprise me if we hit 100 and tomorrow becomes our 58th 100-degree day this year. It's not out of the realm of possibility. On Sunday, 94 degrees for the high temperature. Monday, we drop it even more to 90 before rebounding closer to triple digits by the middle of next week. So bottom line, good moisture for some folks, but that's mainly far south of San Antonio.
All right. Thank you, Adam.
All right. I am a UTSA fan.
Uh-huh.
I'm also a big Coach Jeff Traylor fan. I think
so you're excited?
I think he's hilarious.
So you're excited about what we're going to hear tonight?
I want to hear it.
This is the interview you don't want to miss because it really doesn't have a lot to do with football. It has more to do with his personal life, with his wife. They've been together for many, many years. When we come back here, this is the interview I thought our Larry Ramirez did a great job in. When you come back, you'll hear a snippet of that before we play that all on instant replay. And a Major League star who just played here in San Antonio suspended for 80 games. Coming up.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Dallas Cowboys getting today off to get ready for the preseason opener tomorrow night in Denver against the Broncos. That's following a joint workout on Thursday. We got a little chippy between the two teams. Nothing mushroomed into an all-out brawl. Dak Prescott, along with most of the starters, will not be suiting up tomorrow night in the Mile High City. But since this is his third week of workouts, Prescott is happy he's gotten a lot of reps up until this point.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I mean, this is what Coach told me early in the spring when he decided on this camp schedule. Coming out here, getting practice against these guys would be in a sense of my game. So that's how the way I approached it. From showing up here, the whole little pregame for myself, to the way I came out and tried to play and put my best performance out.
All right, now while the Cowboys are facing the Broncos tomorrow night in Denver, the Houston Texans will be hosting the New Orleans Saints tomorrow night in NRG Stadium. Head coach Lovie Smith revealed that Davis Mills will start at quarterback tomorrow night after being installed as a permanent starter last season in his rookie year. Backup Kyle Allen will not be able to go tomorrow since he tested positive for COVID-19, so Jeff Driscoll will take over for Mills when he sits. Where has wide receiver Chris Conley seen the most growth from Mills in just his second season in the NFL?
I have seen quite a few things, actually, but one of the things that really caught my eye when we came out, I noticed it in OTAs and then even more our first week of training camp, is he was really zipping the ball with confidence. He wasn't really laying the ball up there. I know a lot of you have been out there at practices, and he's hit a lot of seam routes. He's hit some go routes and like a cover 2 hole where you can't really lay the ball up, where you have to be confident. You have to kind of drive it on a line, and you can't really hitch or guess. But that's been impressive to me.
All right, kickoff tomorrow night in Houston is set for 7 p.m. The interview you don't want to miss Sunday night on Instant Replay. A little snippet next. The interview you don't want to miss takes place this Sunday night on Instant Replay when our Larry Ramirez sits down with UTSA head football coach Jeff Traylor and his wife Carrie. This is more about their life together rather than football, where her husband has been extremely successful in his first 2 seasons with the Roadrunners. But this interview is more about getting to know the city's new power couple before the regular season kicks off 3 weeks from tomorrow. Part of that interview includes how Jeff got to meet his future wife.
My roommate was the head lifeguard at Stephen F. Austin State University. And he came home one day and he said, I've got a lifeguard working for me. I'm telling you, she's going to be your wife. Like, she's exactly what you're looking for. Talked about how hot she was, and she was wanted to be a school teacher. And I said, well, I got to meet her. So I went up there and she was as advertised.
So how did he get to know her better? Well, you'll have to wait for part 1 of Larry's exclusive with Jeff and Carrie Traylor Sunday night on Instant Replay right after the Nightbeat. Our Big Game coverage previews take us to Vernia High School, where they are in Bear Country, of course. That's where new head coach Brad Mulder will be looking to build on last season's 2-9 finish, even though it included a playoff berth in District 15 4A Division I. The Bears welcome back 11 starters, 5 on offense, 6 on defense, including quarterback and defensive back Stratton Hayes and running back and linebacker Justin Thompson.
It was a change. I didn't really see it coming at first, but with these new coaches, I think we're going to do really good this year.
We had a young team last year, a lot of sophomores, juniors starting. It was good for them to get that experience and on varsity.
They had a rough season last year, ended up getting in the playoffs, but had a rough year, and we're looking to turn that around. And I think it's just the expectations, the bar's been set pretty high, and we're using it as motivation.
The Vernia Bears will kick off their season on the road Friday, August the 26th against Burnett at 7:30. Hope you got to see Fernando Tatis when he returned to baseball here in San Antonio with the Missions, because he is done with baseball for a while. Tatis has been suspended for 80 games without pay for using performance-enhancing drugs. Major League Baseball making an announcement today. Tatis had been on his way back after missing most of the 2022 season after fracturing his left wrist following surgery, but was starting his comeback here in San Antonio and on the road with the Missions as part of his rehab assignment with the Missions for 4 games until now. Talking about an abrupt ending. That happened today. He was with the team today, and I'm assuming he's headed back to either San Diego or his home, because he can't even play minor league baseball with this. He is suspended from baseball, period. So that means his season's over, and obviously it's going to carry over into next season as well.
Absolutely. And for a team that was hoping to make the playoffs like the Padres.
Well, yeah, because the Padres were trailing the Dodgers by somewhat like 14 games, double-digit games, so they needed him back to make that playoff push and, of course, the playoffs.
Big blow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're back in 2 minutes.
So I don't foresee a whole lot of rain around San Antonio and surrounding communities throughout this weekend. 1 or 2 rogue showers across the area on Saturday, and that goes for our entire viewing area. 20% chance Sunday, 40% chance with most of the rain, especially south of town, Sunday through Tuesday. This is going to be a good soaker for some folks from about Del Rio, especially Eagle Pass, Carrizo Springs, Cotulla, Beeville.
Okay, have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.